So I don't think people realize how stressful it is being a gig worker in 2026. I've been doing gig work for damn near 10 years full time, and this is the worst that I've ever seen. So we have to basically fight with the companies just so that way they could pay us a decent wage for completing deliveries and orders and everything like that, even though we go above and beyond and literally have to shop items a lot of this. We also have to fight with customers because they don't understand what we do and like the type of work that we do, and there's a lot of people out there that think it's completely acceptable to not tip, which tips are not, they're misclassified as tips. They're actually a bid for service, i.e. the driver payment. But anyways, back on topic, there's a lot of people that are out there that think it's completely acceptable to not have to tip or pay your driver for completing a luxury service such as grocery shopping a 100-item grocery order and delivering it to your front door. We also have to compete with and fight with other drivers who are not your friends. They're basically competition because orders are getting sent out all at the same time, and their orders are extremely scarce nowadays in 2026. So you basically have to fight other drivers and other drivers that are using bots and other apps that snatch orders away from you. So it's not a fair playing field for us that do things ethically and have been doing it for a long time. So you basically have to fight for orders. It's literally like a war field out here, every man for himself when it comes to trying to get orders. And they're so hard to come by to where you have to either accept lowball orders or not pay your bills for the week. And then on top of that, we have to deal with high miles, high items, and low pay when it comes to orders, which is extremely frustrating, especially when you know your worth and you know the type of quality service and customer service that you bring, and then you still have to take these high miles, high items with low pay orders, or you just don't get paid. On top of that, we have rising gas prices that are almost $4 a gallon in some locations, $5 a gallon in locations. So if you're taking these high mile orders that are going extremely far and you're paying $5 per gallon in gas, and you're burning 1 or 2 gallons to drop off and to come back on these high mile orders, then you're essentially spending $10 just for that order. So if you're making only $10 for the order, it evens out. You're not making any profit. You're doing the work for free. You're not getting paid for it. And then on top of that, we got maintenance expenses. We're in a high tax bracket. We got to pay taxes. If your car breaks down, you have to have a contingency fund so that way you can get your car back up and running, because if your car's broke down, as however many days go by, you're losing money and you're not making money at the same time. So every day that goes by, you're losing out on potential profits and making money. So that's extremely frustrating too. So you have to get your car fixed as soon as possible, because bills don't stop when your car's broke down. So you still have to pay your bills, so you're losing that money and you're losing income at the same time. So it's just like not good at all. And then on top of that, you also have to have your contingency fund for if your vehicle breaks down, you have to be able to buy your vehicle, a new vehicle, and that goes into the same thing as your maintenance expenses, because if your vehicle breaks down, every day that goes by, you're losing money. So compare that with having to fight drivers, the company not wanting to pay you, they want to pay you less and less so that they can put more billions in their pockets, and customers not wanting to pay for these luxury services. The shit is so stressful. And like, before you say, oh, you chose the job, some of us don't have the luxury or the privilege to be able to work a 9 to 5, which is why I've been doing this for so long. Some of us, that's a luxury and a privilege to be able to work a 9 to 5, man, to work a regular job. I know, because I've been working and busting my ass since I was 14 years old, and I enjoy doing this. But you shouldn't say because somebody's getting paid less, or they're not getting paid at all, or people think it's not acceptable to not pay them, your main argument shouldn't be, well, you picked that job. Your main argument should be, well, like, why is this happening, and what can we do to fix this and rectify the situation? Because everybody deserves to get paid for their services and for their time and for working. Like, nobody should be working for free. So that's just like a pessimistic, manipulative way to look at it, to justify like being a piece of shit for the company, justifying them not paying us, justifying people not tipping us or paying us for our services and stuff like that. There's really no justification for that type of behavior, and it's weird to try to like narcissistically manipulate the situation to justify that type of behavior, if that makes sense. So, I don't know, man. It's really stressful out here. So I don't know. Is anybody else having issues like this in their zones, or how long have y'all been doing it? Is it still feasible where you're at? Because it's getting really bad, man. And like I said, with these crackhead drivers snatching up orders, it's literally getting worse and worse.
Have you ever noticed something? A few years ago, everybody was talking about side hustles. Drive for Uber, deliver with DoorDash, shop for Instacart. It sounded like freedom. Work when you want. Be your own boss. Make extra money. But lately, I've been seeing a different conversation. People are waiting hours for orders, driving farther for less money, putting thousands of miles on their cars, working longer days just to make what they used to earn in half the time. And it got me thinking. Maybe the real problem isn't the gig economy. Maybe the real problem is depending on someone else's platform for your income. Don't get me wrong. For some people, gig work can still be useful. If you need temporary income or you're trying to bridge a financial gap, it can absolutely serve a purpose. But here's the question I started asking myself. What happens when the app changes? What happens when more drivers sign up? What happens when demand slows down? What happens when an algorithm decides you're getting fewer opportunities? When someone else controls the platform, they also control the opportunity. That's a tough position to build your future around. As I got older, I realized something. I wasn't looking for another job. I wasn't looking for another app. I wasn't even looking for another hustle. I was looking for ownership. Ownership of my time, ownership of my skills, ownership of my customers, ownership of my future. Because skills stay with you. Platforms don't. Companies change, markets change, technology changes. But once you learn how to solve real problems, nobody can take that knowledge away. That's why I've become a big believer in investing in yourself before chasing the next opportunity. Learn marketing, learn sales, learn AI, learn software, learn content creation, learn copywriting, learn how businesses actually attract customers. Those are skills you can take anywhere. And once you develop those skills, something interesting happens. You stop asking, what app should I work for? You start asking, what problem can I solve? That question changes everything. Think about it. Every successful business exists because it solves a problem. Someone helps businesses get customers. Someone builds websites. Someone creates software. Someone manages advertising. Someone writes content. Someone designs graphics. Someone teaches, someone consults, someone helps people relocate, someone builds direct mail campaigns. The money follows the value, not the other way around. That's the path I'm personally taking. I'm building software, I'm creating content, I'm writing blogs, I'm learning AI, I'm documenting different business models, I'm testing marketing strategies, and yes, one of those business models is direct mail, not because I believe it's a magic solution, but because I believe it's another legitimate skill and business model worth learning and testing. I'm documenting the process as I go so people can see what's working, what I'm learning, and the adjustments I'm making along the way. The goal shouldn't be escaping one job just to become dependent on another app. The goal is building enough skills that you always have options, more flexibility, more freedom. The economy will change, technology will change, companies will come and go. But if you become someone who consistently solves problems, you'll always be valuable somewhere. And that's a much stronger foundation than hoping the next order pops up on your phone. If you're watching this because you're tired of the uncertainty, maybe don't spend all your energy looking for the next gig. Spend some of that energy learning a skill that can become a business. That investment can continue paying you long after today's trends have changed. If you're looking for a genuine way to build another income stream from home, I've put together information about one of the business models I'm personally building called Mailbox Money Blueprint. You'll find the link in the description below. And if you'd rather ask me questions before looking at it, that's perfectly fine too. My email address is right here on the screen. Whether you decide it's for you or not, my goal is simply to share what I'm learning, document the journey honestly, and hopefully help you discover more options for yourself. If that sounds like the kind of content you're interested in, subscribe, follow the journey, and I'll see you in the next video.